Why, hello there. This is Prime Scalador. How's everyone doing today? Hope you're all doing fantastic. We've got this anniversary path right here filled with all sorts of goodies, including some champions for the fusion, a chance to get the epic, and a ton and a half of relic crafting materials. And today is we are going to be pulling. We are here pulling our ancients. We are going to be going for, let's see, Glorious Palace. And then we'll go with a Geomancer as well. Lots of really awesome champions available right now. We're going to be pulling today our ancients because there's a chance to get a +1 if you pull legendary. And then tomorrow we're actually going to pull the sacreds, and we're going to include that dependent on how this video goes. It may be a part 2, or we may include it all together as one. Kind of really depends, but we'll see. Anyway, let's get started. Pulling together right off the bat. We got ourselves a Rain Beast, a Bushi. You know, we got Riskarm, pretty good. Rare, Bushi, and Rain Beast, not particularly good when it comes to epics. Tried building both and haven't really had the opportunity to use either of them. Let's see. Got ourselves an Ashma. Okay champion. Doesn't hit too well, so not very much use for her. But Taurus, real quick, really awesome because of this A3. They receive damage equal to 99% of their current HP, but then puts 4 poison debuffs on all enemies for 2 turns, and then puts an unkillable on them as well. So really good for poison combust teams if you're looking at that as a way to speed farm through some waves. Really awesome chance you get 4 poisons on everyone. Throw 2 of them together and you can literally take out anyone who needs, kind of like a budget version of a Calvalax there. So pretty good champion. Alrighty. Got ourselves a Duodin the Runic. Really good epic. With A1 that has a chance of, it's a 50-50, books up to a 60% chance of removing a random debuff from all allies. Comes with a counter attack and a taunt, so anytime he's getting hit, he's going to just start removing debuffs from your team. So pretty good if you need someone who works kind of like a cleanser. Can be a budget one. Good for faction wars. Ooh. Getting that blue tax, not what we are wanting. Not what we are wanting. Honestly, I would be fine with any legendary that we get as long as we're getting something new. Want something new. Siege Hulk. Alrighty, taking a look here. Siege Hulk is good for decreased defense, buffs up with increased attack, and increased crit rate and crit damage. He's actually a really good damage dealer. If you need someone for like wave content, it's a pretty good option to go for. Alrighty. Next up, we got ourselves Tide Master Dexicos. Oh, that's really good. That's a fusion epic. That just made getting, like, we're obviously gonna be able to go through and we'll get for sure the 2 rares, but we may just grab the epic as well, and then we're halfway done with the fusion, like over halfway done. That is really good. And if you're able to, getting him, I'll pull him up kind of real quick. Pull him up real quick in the index. Really good champion. A1 double hitter with a chance which heals the enemy with the lowest HP by 5% of this champion's max HP. then it increased defense on all allies for 2 turns. But then it has this revive here with 2 random allies, 40% HP and 20% turn meter. But then heals all allies by 15% of this champion's max HP. And this works even without the revive, and then puts a perfect veil on all allies except this champion for 1 turn. And it works even if they're not revived. And so it's on a 4-turn cooldown, but could be awesome for a budget veiler if you need someone with a perfect veil. And then at the start of this turn, puts a shield for 1 turn on all allies whose HP is less than 100%, equal to 15% of the receiving champion's max HP. So, really good champion right off the bat. So, really good one. Very useful if you need him. But yeah, just keep pulling. So hey, that makes me happy right there. That gets us really far into the fusion. We like that quite a bit. And we gotten ourselves a blue tax. Come on, Raid. You got this. Can't be any worse than the last +1 I got. Got Chancellor Adolin and another Rush card, the Tower. So it can't be any worse than that. Got ourselves a Pharsalus Grave Dirt. Heal reduction, provoke, and decrease attack. So, could be an option there if you need him. Haven't used him personally myself, but, you know, who knows. Got ourselves a Seneschal and a Hexia. Let's see, I believe Hexia does some okay damage. Good for if you need someone to be a damage dealer for, like, undead faction crypts. Then Seneschal comes in with a leech and then a little bit of heal and a provoke. It's sadly, so it does book up to 100% with counterattack for putting that leech. So, you know, on quite a long cooldown, it's on 5 turns, it goes down to 4, so not very useful, but you never know. Alrighty. Don't give us a blue tax. Okay, we got ourselves a Canoness. Don't remember very much that she does. Trying to remember. She does ally protection. But the biggest problem is it's on a single target, so it's not really useful. So my apologies. Definitely not worth it. Alrighty, let's summon to the reserve vault. See what we got here. Come on. Oh. Sanguinia. Good for healing. Gives you block debuffs and continuous heal. And then transferring all debuffs from the champion to the target. Removing all debuffs from all allies except this champion. So really, really good champion there if you're needing some help in like Curse City or Faction Wars. Good for healing. Alrighty, let's see. Hellfreak, little shout out there, has a swap ability which lets you swap HP with your target. So there's actually someone out there who runs 4 Hellfreaks in their arena, and they run them in what's the set? It's a Swift Parry for that chance of getting the unkillable, and then proceeds to just let them get knocked down to next to no health, switches the health with the enemy, and then kills them. So a really good champion if you need one. Good for faction crypts. Alrighty, we got ourselves a Tyrell. Tyrell is a champion with decreased defense and decreased attack and a chance for a stun. It's good for your faction crypts and stuff like that. Curse City. Really good. Alrighty, Raid. Come on, we're waiting. Not another blue tax. Give us the gold. Oof. That looks like it for now. Alrighty, I will come back. Oh, looks like we got one more. Oh, real quick. And it's a rare. Alrighty, we are back. We have 60 more shards. Could not resist the urge. You know, so close to that legendary. So let's see what we got. We're gonna pull till we get that gold. And Moonbeam really good champion for one thing and one thing only, and that one thing is the Lady Mikage fusion. So definitely worth it for that. Alrighty. Come on, raid. Got ourselves a Chani. Okay, champion. I mean, poison sensitivity, HP burn. Ironically, does not put poison out, but has poison sensitivity. So kind of a little bit of a fail when it came to building the kit, but there you go. Alrighty. Acolyte of Slither, new champion. Excited to use him in Faction Wars. This is for the attack triple hitter. Chance of decreasing turn meter. And then decrease speed. Increase speed for 2 turns. And then speed in dungeons. So should be interesting. Warden, good champion for like some damage. If you're needing someone like a damage dealer in Faction Wars. And then Frozen Banshee, just the MVP of poisons. Throwing out poisons on the A1. Then poison sensitivity on the A3. Great for clan boss if you're needing damage early on. Let's see. Another Hell Freak, Frozen Banshee. There's our Geomancer. First Geomancer. Just goes to show how the rates are really not that good in Raid Shadow Legends. Oh, who we got? Who we got? Gerp Talk and Bivald. Interesting. Alrighty, and Luthia. Alrighty, so Gert Tuck is an interesting champion. A1 places continuous heal on all allies under poison, which is a tad bit odd, it might seem, but there's a reason why his kit has that. Then A2 removes all debuffs except poison from an ally and heals them by 30% of their max HP and puts a shield on the target equal to 20% of their max HP for 2 turns. And then puts 3 poisons on all allies for 3 turns, and then block buffs on all enemies for 2 turns. And has a passive where allies under poison inflict more damage for each poison on them, up to 30%. And then their resistance is also increased by 15 for each poison on them. So really good for building up a Trunda, what's it called? A Trunda Hydra team. So just another piece that we've gotten. Then Bivold of the Thorn, we actually just got him in our last poll video from, I believe it was Sacreds. So as a provoke on the A1, A2 also has a provoke and a leech. And then that A3 has a shield with the passive where damage decreases the damage taken by allies from enemies under provoked. So hey, we will take that. Not the best option, but definitely someone new, so cannot complain at all. Cannot complain. Well, hopefully your guys' polls are as good. But yeah, we will come back with tomorrow's for the Sacred Shards when we get the +1 with that as well. Alrighty, we are back here on the next day. Today is Saturday, and as you can see, I got a lot from our last polls. Between the nearly 200 that we pulled, we were able to get both of the rares and both of the epics, and today we are actually looking at these mythical relics here. We need 40,000 points roughly to get what we're trying to get to. So because of that, we are going to pull 8 to 9 different sacred shards and hopefully get our 1+1. So let's take a look. Starting off with Cormac the High Peak. Decrease speed, decrease defense, increase accuracy and crit rate. Okay, champion. Can be used in faction wars if needed. Ooh, Wire in the Silken. Decrease attack and increase speed, but has a revive. So very useful for faction wars if you're needing a revive. It is a single target on a 4-turn cooldown, but when it comes to faction wars, any reviver is better than no reviver. Alrighty. Zelata, sleep, shield with continuous heal, and another sleep, kind of a useless champion. Maybe use them in Sand Devil if needs be. And then Ursine Ice Crusher, block active skills, very, very low chance, decreased crit rate. Then a passive that decreases the damage allies receive from critical hits. I mean, a lot of these epics need to be buffed, but sadly, never will be. We got ourselves a Nagorio. Block active skills. Attacks the enemy 2 times. Place the extra hit if they're under increased attack. Has block buffs. And then attacking all enemies. And then a passive which puts increased attack on him. So yeah, okay champion. Never used him personally. Let's see. So it's Canoness, useless champion, decrease accuracy and leech, and a really, really terrible ally protect. I believe we pulled her yesterday. Oh, who we got? Who? Hey, we got her. We got her. We got the one we wanted. Hey, we will take that. And Assistia Flametongue, both new to the account. Glorious Palace. We will take that. That is a win. That is a win. Ho ho ho. A1 attacks one enemy with a random ally from the organized faction, using a random skill, then heals, or using their default skill, and then heals all allies by 10% of this champion's max HP, and then removes all debuffs from all allies and places a block debuffs buff and a fervor on all allies for 2 turns on a 3-turn cooldown, and then revives all dead allies with 50% HP and turn meter, and then puts strengthen and increased speed on all allies for 2 turns. Then has a passive. Whenever an ally receives a debuff, puts a shield on the ally equal to 20% of their max HP for 1 turn. Fills the turn meters of all allies by 15% at the end of this champion's turn. And then resistance in battles. She is going to be phenomenal for both faction wars when that opens and regular content. Oh, I'm so happy. And then Sissia, we got ourselves attacks an enemy 3 times. Each hit has a 15% chance of increasing the duration of a burn. A2 attacks enemies, boasts up to 100% chance of putting weaken and decrease defense. There are 2 enemies under HP burns, and then activates HP burns on all enemies. Then A3 places HP burn on this champion for 3 turns, and then attacks all enemies, boasts up to 100% chance of putting HP burn on all enemies for 3 turns. And then grants an extra turn if it's placed on all enemies. Then increases their speed and damage inflicted by 3% for each ally and enemy under HP burn. And if Cardinal's on the team, or Cardiel, not Cardinal, will heal by 3% of their max HP from HP burns instead of receiving damage and losing HP. Then an accuracy by 60 in all battles. We will take that. So we're actually going to replace her now. We're going to go with, let's see, what does Oozle of the Jade do? We'll go with Oozle of the Jade. We'll take that 100%. Real quick, check where we are. We've got, so we'll grab that. We are, I think we need 2 more to get what we're needing. So, alrighty. Hey, we will take that. That is awesome. Take 2 more. That is a win in our book. Surin, poison, weaken, small chance, and then a small chance of putting decreased defense. Definitely needs a buff and a rework. Please, Plarium. And last, we have ourselves a Soul Drinker. Very interesting champion, throws bombs out on a skill, then has this passive which puts 2 bombs on each enemy that detonates after 2 turns when they die. So very useful in places like Bommel. You can build them with a ton and a half of attack and really, really squishy. Just hope the Bommel kills them and then use those bombs to kill Bommel. I've seen a couple people use them in arena. Works better in lower arena where you have less likely of a chance for the bombs to be cleansed. But yeah, good option there. Alrighty, real quick, take a looky here. Alrighty, that is enough to get the Alice's Adventures. We got what we wanted to. I'm actually going to have a video coming out later where we're going to go through and craft. I've been holding up a whole bunch of stuff for crafting, so we'll do that. But yeah, as always, thank you guys for watching. Hopefully your pulls were as good as ours were. Let me know down in the comments what you ended up pulling. Hopefully you're able to get something good. But yeah, as always, thank you for watching. Keep on raiding.